I was just on a stationary engine forum in Australia, and I was telling them about how the glow plug melted and how I was using Aerostar to start it, and apparently that's really bad. Like, diesels knock really bad on it, so that's hopefully what it was. But also the seal on that, like the seat, from where it goes up from here to here, there's like a seat, and that's buggered, that's stuffed. So, because what I did is I tightened it in, and it should seal there, but I was getting diesel up on here, which means that that seat's buggered. So a bit of copper might actually work, or I might have to machine something. Hopefully not, but hopefully a little bit, just a bit of copper down there will seal it up pretty nicely. So now what I'm going to do is, they suggested putting oil into the engine, like down the intake, but the intake's over here, so I can't really get it really in the engine, so I'm just going to give a few squirts in here, tighten the glow plug up, and that actually increases the compression of the engine. So I'll do that, then set the camera filming, and hopefully that will start it up. Hopefully there's no major damage to the engine. That really pissed me off. Anyway, I'll try that. Putting oil in the intake didn't really increase the compression that much, so what I did is I found a copper washer. So I put a copper washer on there. It's quite a neat fit. So I'll screw that in. Hopefully that'll seal it up even better than before. I've just taken cover off, and it's lost some compression somewhere. Something's buggered on it. It must have, because I can sort of just get up a bit of momentum, and the valves aren't even opening and closing. It should have heaps of compression on both going up and down in the piston, and I'm just using one hand and I can easily turn it over. So I'll take the head off and take the cylinder off and see if one of the rings is broken, which is... I just took the cylinder off, and all the rings are in good condition. None of them are broken. Piston looks in good condition. I did notice, however, there's like a little ridge. There's the first compression ring. I'll put them all up. Here's the oil ring. Just below it there's like quite a sharp ridge. You can feel it with your fingernail. I don't know if it's meant to be there or not. I can't remember when I got the piston if it was like that. I know with this one it's got like a little angle. But this one's got like quite a sharp little lip there. I don't know what that would have been from. I'm pretty sure it must have been there, because I can't think of any reason how it would get there, and there's no damage on the cylinder at all. Like, the cylinder's in like perfect condition, like pretty much since I got it, it's the same. So I think I'll put it back together. I don't know what's happened. I did notice these bolts weren't very tight. Maybe that had something to do with it, but I'll put it back together and tighten them all up and see what happens, I guess. As you all know, I've had big problems with the glow plug. I went up to a diesel mechanic place. He was amazed to see such an old kind of plug. He said he's seen ones like this in old Mercedes, but he couldn't help me out in getting one, obviously, because it's so old. But he did, however, give me this used plug. It tapers down at the end. I don't know if you can see it, it's like thicker up here and then thinner down there, so I'm guessing that's what happens to glow plugs as they wear. And I told him that I could make an adapter, and he said that's probably the best idea. So I'll have to... It says 7V on it, so I'm guessing it's 7 volts. I've put a question onto the Tom's forum. That's the old Machinery Magazine forum. So I put a question on there. But they all seem to think that making an adapter is the best thing to do, because it's just so old, that glow plug. So that's an M18 times 1.5mm pitch thread on there. That looks like a coarse 8mm thread. I'll test it on some dies. That's 6. 8's in here. I'll test it anyway and let you know what it is. It looks coarser than a normal 8mm. It could be like 8 times 1.5 or something, I don't know. But I'll let you know what happens, and it looks like I'm going to make an adapter. I did actually think before I went up and got this that what I could do is just use this, but just heat the end up until it was like hot and then screw it in. But I asked them on the forum and they seemed to think that it probably wouldn't work. Like, I'd use so much gas heating it up and fiddling around, and by the time it gets back in there and I crank it over, it's probably gone cold. So probably going to test this out with 7-volt battery or 6-volt battery and make an adapter. So that's what I'm up to now. It's close to 3/8 inch bolt or a 10mm bolt, but the thread pitch is totally different. So I'm just putting a question on the internet as to what size thread it would be, and hopefully I'll get an answer back, and hopefully I'll be able to make this adapter. I've just got this power box thing. It's at 13 volts. So I'll just give the spark plug a test. I hope. Oh, hang on. Ooh, that's hot. Ooh, that's good. Shit. Burnt myself. Might turn it down. That got really hot. You might be able to see it smoking. I put a bit of diesel on it so it smokes. Hang on. Okay, I put some kerosene on it, but it's probably all burnt off. Yeah, there you go. So it's just getting red hot now. Yeah, red hot. That's going to be perfect. That's going to be brilliant. And it takes a long time to heat up. I might turn it down to maybe 9 volts and see if it still gets red hot. I'll just have to work out a good voltage myself, but yeah, there you go. Got a decent glow plug. So hopefully I'll be able to machine up an adapter.